Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask and answer a question, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's back, folks, the summer of superheroes, and this has been a tradition on the show every summer since 2019. And on this episode, I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of comics' favorite super spy, the Black Widow. Now I'm going to touch base more on the character a little later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Last time I asked, which Marvel character has depth perception due to loss of vision in his left eye? Well, the correct answer is Nick Fury. And 8 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, Renee's been in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is... Michael Stanlin. Now, this is someone who answered on YouTube. So congratulations, Michael. You need yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Green Lantern question. Which U.S. state is the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern from? Now here's the hints. The first hint is that this state is located in the western United States, lying on the American Pacific coast. The second hint, lesser known towns and cities in this state are Santa Rosa, Joshua Tree, Carmel, and Big Sur. The third hint, this state joined the Union as the 31st state in 1850. However, it started out as an independent nation in 1840. The fourth hint, almonds are this state's top exports. The fifth hint, TV shows like Full House, Emergency, Hunter, Dragnet, Hang with Mr. Cooper, Sanford and Son, The Neighborhood, Modern Family, and Adam 12 are all set in this state. And then the sixth and final hint, and this is a dead giveaway, especially if you're an Eagles fan or a music fan at that matter. Hotel Blank by the Eagles. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered into the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask, any questions?
Questions I walk around in. Questions I didn't thrive in. Questions I will survive in. Questions.
Alright, this question comes from Derek Wesley from Spring, Texas. He asked, how do you feel about X-Men 97, especially regarding their treatment of Cyclops? Well, Derek, I thoroughly loved X-Men 97. I mean, for those of y'all who don't know, X-Men 97 is a continuation from the animated series from the 90s. Every episode is streaming on Disney+. If y'all haven't seen it, go and see it. Loved every episode. It was great from top to bottom. There were a few things that really grinded my gears, especially, you know, the death of Gambit. Because in the comics, I don't think that ever happened. And they used quite a few story arcs in those 10 episodes. I think the first one they used was probably Executioner Song, which was when Magneto went on trial for genocide. And then another was Inferno. And then another was Zero Tolerance. Now, Zero Tolerance was one of the few miniseries that got me interested, or rather crossover events that got me interested in the X-Men. And man, I tell you, it was great. I mean, a breath of fresh air, and a great starting on point for folks that have never heard of X-Men or only seen some of the live action movies. Now, as far as Cyclops goes, you know what? God bless all showrunners of any TV show based on comics, whether live action or animated. Now, Larry Houston was the showrunner for the series in the 90s, and he pretty much depicted Cyclops as a teacher's pet to Professor X. On this one, not so much. Bo DeMeo depicted him in the way that he's better illustrated in the comics, and as a as a complete jerk, and I love it. And then Cal Dodd returning as the voice of Wolverine. I mean, where can you go wrong with that? Now, they've had a few different, there were some folks that did the voice in the original series, like Cal Dodd did Wolverine, and Lenore Zan did Rogue, and then Allison Seeley Smith as Storm. But then there were some new ones, like Jennifer Hale as both Madeline and Jean, or Holly Cho as Jubilee. Now, the original voice of Jubilee was Allison Court, who's best known for her role on The Big Comfy Couch. And not only that, she's married to Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. But anyway, love the show. Really can't wait for season 2. Season 2 is, season 2 is going to be epic. Now, when at the end of episode 9, when Magneto magnetically removed the adamantium from Wolverine's skeletal system, I said, I knew you was going to do that, because that actually happened in the comics. That happened in 1993, but don't worry, he eventually got it back. He got it back only thanks to Apocalypse, when Apocalypse made him the Horseman of Death. But I think it's great. Like I said, if you have not seen X-Men 97, if you slept on it, wake up, go to Disney Plus and watch. You will not be disappointed. And Bo DeMeo has been fired from Marvel Studios and Disney due to some things that he did while he wasn't on the clock. And but I can't wait to find out who's going to be the new showrunner for season 2. I just hope that they follow comics canon, and I hope that they really deliver, because season 1 was awesome. All right, really enjoying these questions, folks, and I'll have another question for episode 485. Now, you can ask any question that you want, so long as it's pertaining to comics, pertaining to the show, or pertaining to me in terms of both. But please, no personal or tasteless questions. I will neither ask nor answer them on here. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Comic books I bought this week. Hey everyone, now this month is also Tourette Syndrome Awareness Month. Now, Tourette Syndrome, or TS, is a chronic nervous system condition that causes people to make sudden, repetitive, and uncontrollable movements or sounds called tics. Tics can include blinking, coughing, throat clearing, sniffing, facial movements, shrugging shoulders, or blurting out words. People with TS can't stop their bodies from doing these things, and it usually begins in childhood or adolescence, but tics and other symptoms often go away completely after several years. There's no cure for TS, but treatments like medication, behavioral therapy, and comprehensive behavioral intervention for tics, or CBIT, can help manage symptoms and prevent TS from worsening or lasting into childhood. Early detection and treatments are very important. Now, with that in mind, I actually have an old friend from college who happens to have Tourette's. And then my first high school band director had Tourette's. And then in my field of work, I provided services for folks that also had Tourette's. So I pretty much know a lot about the condition. And if you're watching this and you're living with Tourette's, or you know someone that has Tourette's, I love y'all, and this mystery pop-up segment is for y'all. And I didn't want to say this, but I kind of feel like I have to. But if there's someone that has some kind of condition, and all you want to do is vilify them I'll call them everything but children of God. I only have one word to say. Stop. Instead of passing judgment, instead of condemning people, ask questions, start a conversation. It's not going to bruise your ego to do so. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. All right, this is a Tourette Syndrome Awareness Comic Hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the Tourette's Association of America. All right, I wasn't able to do an episode last week. I have some books that I bought. I bought these right before I ended up going to Marksville for Sinlaw Collector Con. I'm going to tell y'all more about that as the show progresses, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal these books. So here we go. All right, first up is Batman the Brave and the Bold, number 13. Detective Comics number 1085. Edge of Spider-Verse number 4. The Flash number 9. Green Arrow number 12. Power Girl number 9. Rise of the Powers of X number 5. Spider-Boy number 7. Ultimate Spider-Man number 5. And finally, Wolverine number 50. All right, that's 9, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,922. All right, I just want to correct an error that I did in the Mystery Pop-Up segment. The count wasn't 9, it's actually 10. I mean, there were 10 comics, but the count in terms of how many I have in my collection is correct. It was 12,922. All right, here we go. First up is Amazing Spider-Man number 51. Batman number 148. Ms. Marvel Mutant Menace number 4. Shazam number 12. Space Ghost number 2. Uh-oh. That was my fault. Really excited about this one. The Ultimates number 1. Venom number 34. And finally, and I'm also excited about this one, X-Men number 35, Legacy Uncanny X-Men number 700. Oh, and check this out. Double cover alert! Alright, that's 8, which brings the total number of comics I've bought since December of 1997 to 12,930. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode, and here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which U.S. state is the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern from? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this state is located in the western United States, lying on the American Pacific coast. The second hint, lesser known towns and cities in this state are Santa Rosa, Joshua Tree, Carmel, and Big Sur. The third hint, this state joined the Union as the 31st state in 1850. However, it started off as an independent nation in 1840. The fourth hint, diamonds are this state's top exports. The fifth hint, TV shows like Full House, Emergency, Hunter, Dragnet, Hang with Mr. Cooper, Sanford and Son, The Neighborhood, Modern Family, and Adam 12 are all set in this state. And then the sixth and final hint, Hotel Blank by the Eagles. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Michael Stanley who won a free tee on this episode. Alright, on this episode, as part of the Summer of Superheroes, I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of comics' favorite super spy, the Black Widow. Now, the Black Widow's birth name was Natalia Romanova, but then when she moved to the States, she had it legally changed to Natasha Romanoff. And she made her first appearance on Tales to Astonish number 52 in April of 1964 and was created by Stan Lee, Don Rico, and Don Heck. Now, her abilities is that she's an expert marksman, a mastery of various weapons, an expert martial artist, and hand-to-hand combatant, slowed aging, and enhanced immune system, is an expert tactician, expert spy, and possesses equipment via gauntlets that include radio transmitter, tear gas pellets, grappling hook, knockout gas, explosives, and a taser. Now, the whole summary behind this character, or a brief summary, is that she was introduced as a Russian spy and an antagonist to Iron Man. Now, you're probably wondering, what's an antagonist? An antagonist is practically like an arch nemesis or a bad guy. And she later defected to the United States, becoming an agent of the fictional spy agency S.H.I.E.L.D. and a member of the superhero team, the Avengers. Now, along the way, she's also been a member of the Champions. She's been a member of the Daughters of Liberty and the Thunderbolts. Now, they loosely used her origin in terms of Iron Man in the Iron Man 2 movie. And ever since that movie, all the way until a few years ago, Scarlett Johansson had played her to perfection. I was a little worried when they casted her, but then I thought, okay. But then after seeing her in Iron Man 2, I thought, yeah, this is going to work. And she has done absolutely nothing but deliver. But in the comics, she has been great. And she's even cheated death a few times and has even been cloned. And at one point, her strange sister, Yelena Belova, even took up the mantle of Black Widow at a time that she was thought to have been dead. But this is one of my favorite comic book characters, one of my favorite all-time members of the Avengers. And, well, yeah. And this is a Black Widow comic hero tee. You see the logo on the sleeves there. But if you would like one of your own, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com for $20. All right, here's the road ahead for the Summer of Superheroes. On episode 484, which is the next episode I'm doing, I'm going to show some love to the Emerald Archer, Green Arrow. And then on episode 485, I'm going to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Avenger of Archery, Hawkeye. And then on episode 486, I'm going to celebrate the 85th anniversary of Batman. And Really love doing Summer of Superheroes. Again, this has been a tradition on the show since 2019, and I'm going to keep doing it every summer. And I have before I make this announcement, really had a lot of fun over at Sidlock Collector Con. I want to thank Spencer Galan for allowing me to do it again. I've already agreed in principle of doing it every year. So if you come down to Marksville on the first Saturday of June, I'll be there. All right, I have a huge announcement. Very huge announcement. All right, so 5 days ago, I was asked to be a guest panelist at the first ever Louisiana Delta Comic-Con in Monroe, Louisiana on November 2nd. It's going to be held on the main campus of Louisiana Delta Community College in Monroe. It's on Millhaven Street. And this is going to be a very, very exciting time because, first off, I was living in West Monroe at the time that I started doing the Comic Hero show. And then, and you know, even to this day, I have a huge following and of fans out there, and I can't wait to reconnect with a lot of y'all. And then also November 2nd, for those of y'all that know me best, y'all know what day that is. That is my birthday. And what better way to celebrate my birthday than being a guest panelist at a first annual Comic-Con? I mean, I'm still over the moon about it. I mean, just like I said in the Facebook Live that I did earlier when I did the Mystery Pop-Up segment for this episode, November can't get here any sooner. And I'm really excited to be back out there. I'm excited to see a lot of y'all and even to meet new faces. But I'm not going to be the only one there. There are going to be several other panelists and other vendors that are going to be there. So don't come out and support me. Come and support the con as a whole. I mean, you know, this is something that I've always hoped for another con in North Louisiana, and here it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. I'm going to agree in principle every year to doing this con, and I haven't even done it yet. I'm just going to go in there. I'm just going to go on and say it right now. I'm going to agree in principle to doing Louisiana Delta Comic Con every year. Bank on it. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Noli on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 484. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.